Good morning to you from Henstead Wood. I don't know if I'm competing with the wind. I hope so. I'm raising above it. You can hear its power. And of course, being in the wood here, I'm a bit sheltered. Maybe you can see the shafts of sunlight coming through. Places of beauty. And I began to think about the final place of beauty that God has planned for us in his wonderful kingdom. Revelation 22. And there's that wonderful description of the river of the water of life, pure as crystal, running from the throne of God. And in the street, it says, in the midst of it is the tree of life, bearing 12 manner of fruit. And it says about the leaves, that the leaves of that tree are for the healing of the nations. Well, I began to think about the nations today, and what are the things that drive the nations? And the word industry came to mind. Well, there's a man called Professor Klaus Schwab. He's the head up of the head of the World Economic Forum. That's it, World Economic Forum. And he says that he's going to bring about, will be part of bringing about, the fourth industrial revolution. Well, the first was steam. The second, I suppose, the power of the electric. And the third, well, digital computer revolution. And the fourth, he describes it as the merger of technology and biology, building us into some technocratic system. But we know one thing, don't we, as Christians, that it's doomed to fail. Because we are going to be living in a kingdom that's going to be the complete reverse of what these men are planning. Industry is something that we work for one another. But what is God's industry? God's industry is what he does for us. He started with a cross, where he shed his precious blood. And that was his industry for us. Not what we could do for ourselves, but what he could do for us. And so it's going to be like that in heaven. It won't be man's light that will be shining. It will be God's light. And he will illumine everything for us. Maybe we could call that the fifth industrial revolution. But it's going to be God's revolution. So I want to encourage you today, have a look at Revelation 22. Look at that wonderful promise that we've got. God is a river of the water of life for us. It's going to be far greater, far beyond what we experience now. Have a good day.